The initial touch points financial organisations have with their customers can make or break their relationships. The software provider Kofax calls it the business critical first mile. We spoke to Darren Collins, their Global Director of Financial Services and Insurance, to discuss why this early stage is so important.
Whether it's opening a new account, applying for a loan or filing a claim, those initial information-intensive interactions for us are really where the battle for lifetime brand loyalty begins. Customer experience may start well with a smart-looking website, but then it falls down when that organisation requires maybe a proof of ID to be physically mailed in. Or perhaps the application requires an unnecessary wet signature. Or even worse, duplication of data entry for the customer because their back-end line of business systems are simply not well connected for a single customer view. A single break in that customer-facing process, the customer will go elsewhere.
Innovation is creating radical disruption in the financial services sector. Which key technologies are compelling organisations to automate their first step services?
Fast off, Venmo. You might be familiar with this. It's a money payment transfer system. It takes just 5 steps to send money and at least 15 to do the same with a regular banking site. Millennials, also known as Generation Y, incredibly 63% don't have a credit card. For me, really highlighting the shift in culture with this generation. Clearly, allegedly, living more within their means and therefore less lucrative for the banks. UBS, so they're opening a tech lab in London at the moment to blockchain, essentially a Bitcoin wallet. They're reviewing how this can be adopted to process a wide variety of financial transactions in a more efficient and cost-effective way. On top of that, in March, the UK government announced that it would commit £10 million to support research in technology for digital currencies. So with all this innovation, it's interesting to note the walkaway rates, that customer starting an application process and not seeing it through to completion. That's climbing significantly and is now at over 30%. On top of this, the recent World Banking report, those customers surveyed around the world reported an increased likelihood to leave their current bank within the next 6 months.
So how does an organisation survive the disruption? What is best practice?
ING in Germany, they have more than 8 million customers. They're Germany's 3rd largest retail bank. Working with us, ING is turning their customers' smartphones into document scanners. So from money transfers to paying a bill, all the way through to submitting documentation. The bank's focus is on customer satisfaction, the speediness of the business process and the positive public perception of the bank. Since the app's launch at the end of last year, the number of users and processed documents has risen sharply. ING themselves say the success of this innovation is jaw-dropping. When you provide the flexibility to submit documents from mobile devices, rather than email, fax or hand delivery, you improve service and meet your customers where they are. Customers can make their first interactions, the first mile of every customer relationship, fast, easy, simple and smart.